Hello everyone and welcome to my next premiere draft of Crimson Vow. This will also be my draft number 20 of this set, which means that the end of the video has the set completion status update report, which shows my draft stats and how far have I progressed into the set so far. So you can also just go straight to the end of the video in the chapter selection menu if you don't want to see the draft portion of the video. Okay, so this is the pack one. Pack one, pick one situation, which is a very decent pack. This has multiple first pickable cards, and no, the rare is not one of them. This is mostly just a 3 mana 3/3, even a double colored one at that. And well, you will get some number of blood token as an ETB, but that's all it does. It's not. It's a fairly unexciting for a rare. I liked all the uncommons more than the rare here, and then there are two premium commons, the best removal commons in the set. So there are basically 5 first pickable cards. Maybe the Wolf King Outcast, not exactly that first pickable, which is still good though. And the Bloodtide Harvester is a 2-color card, so let's drop them out of the equation and take some of these removal things. And I think that the Upgrade being a 2 mana card is just the better one than the Bleed Dry. This kills anything, but there's a huge mana difference, and this is also a splashable card. So I will take the Upgrade here. I think it is the better card. Someone took the rare. There's not a red card I'm willing to take here. Well, this pack is a lot worse. I wish I got past the previous pack, because the people to my left, the multiple people to my left, are gonna find a good card from that pack for themselves. So lucky them. Okay, so I could take the Angelic Quartermaster, because I could try to be an aggressive red-white deck. I mean, assuming I would be able to keep my colors. This is good when you are an aggressive deck. So let's take it. It's at this early point in the draft I can try to, make an aggressive deck. Here, I think after taking the Angelic Quartermaster, the Omnicathars is pretty easy continuation. This will be a very nice way to finish games earlier than the opponent could see the game ending for them, hopefully. This also is not a very strong pack. This rare is, I mean, if you are blue-black zombies, this will be. No. This is not blue-black zombies. This is for the black-red deck that has a lot of blood tokens. And then the Edgar's Awakening, very good with blood tokens too. The red, green, and blue isn't that exciting. There's some decent black, and then there's this Omnicathars, which I will take after taking the Angelic Quartermaster. And now there is a Hopeful Innistrad, which is not the best thing, but it's still quite good. 1 mana 1/2 with training is definitely decent. You can just kind of slip it in at some point if you don't have it on turn 1, and then it will. I mean, a 1-power creature is easily getting 1 extra counter. And then this does have the ability to destroy some artifacts or enchantments, which can be sometimes relevant. I think I would take it over the Hero of Hope, and the Distracting Geist is just, I don't think. You have to be very aggressive. Now this deck could be very aggressive, so this could be playable here, but I think the Hopeful Initiate is the pick now. Not gonna take anything like the Rich Wolf here, because I don't know if my second color is gonna be red or what it is gonna be. Now this still is a very good card, which I want to be able to play. And it's also not impossible that I would be like mostly white and then splash like a couple of red cards, including the upgrade here. How about this pack? There is a Diver's Cup. I'm not really convinced that this is the kind of card you want to play in blue-white. So I'm not taking that. And the Weary Prisoner is just not aggressive, because it's hard to guarantee the Knight status for your own turn. Opponent can always double spell on, well, they can often double spell maybe on their turn. And the Pious Bone is a bit too early for a 6-drop. And the Wolf Strike is fine, but I can just take the Piercing Light. It's not a bad card. I don't want to play multiples of them, but I can play like a few. Okay, so this is now a question between the trainee and the infantry here. Now, my experience regarding these training things is that you don't want to kind of go overboard, because this If you play this on turn 2, you are unlikely to get the counter right away. So this is better on a later turn maybe. So I'll take the Rock Skull Infantry, which will be a good play on turn 2 as well. Yeah, and I already have the one here. I don't really need to be like a very focused on training, although in this case I will take the card with training. I don't think the Lightning Bolt is something I need here. Yeah, let's take this. And these training cards are very good with the Katars, that is for sure. And here, Sealed Passer. I see blue is somewhat open, not the other colors not so much. So I can be like I said, if I find maybe another upgrade or something like that, I can easily be a mono white with a bit small splash of red. Let's take the Lifelinker. Also a card I don't want to have too many of because it is just a 3 mana 2/3, no evasion or anything. But the lifelink can be fairly useful in some cases, again, in certain matchups at least. And here Unholy Efficient is very small, but when at 5 mana it can add some counters. But maybe I'll take the Heron Blessed Geist. Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure if I want to play too many 5-drops, but maybe if these are only 5-drops, that's fine. I have already some amount of these disturb things, which are basically auras, so I can get the exile effect will be relevant perhaps. Supernatural Rescue. Do I have spirits? I have 3 spirits. I mean, I could try this. I don't like this card, but I could try. The safe pick is the Reckless Impulse. You don't even want to play it early, so that's a reasonable thing to, to splash. This is best of 1. Sanctify is not gonna be played. Don't think the Pious Bone is gonna be played either, and I don't like this thing. But what was I saying? Yeah, I mean the safe pick would have been there to have the exile thing there. I mean the sort of red draw too, but I wanted to take this Supernatural Rescue because this can be interesting if you have a spirit. And now currently I have 4 spirits. So yeah, look at this pack. There's a very good rare here. I mean I'm almost just taking that. But there's also Hero's Downfall, Rock Skull Infantry Rallier, there's a fine Flame Blessed Bolt. I think I'm gonna, because of the upgrade, I'm not taking the rare here. I like the idea of playing mono white, splashing for red. And the Flame Blessed Bolt might be what I need here. I'm hoping to get maybe something like the Rock Skull Infantry back here. Yeah, but this pack is really good, but I guess I'll take these and kind of stick to my plan here. Oh, Wedding Announcement. Now this is an insanely good card. It's just insanely good. So you get like, basically, you can draw some cards with this too, but if you don't do anything else, you get those couple of tokens and then they will turn into 2/2. So you will get basically 3 2/2s over the course of 3 turns. And of course your other creatures will get the +1/+1 effect. This is a sick bomb rare. Now Valorous Stance is a very good card too. One of these modes will be good. Of course, the second one is much better, but when the opponent doesn't have those big creatures, you can gain value still by using the first. Well, not maybe value, but you can at least use the card, even if there's no target. For the second ability, anyway, I'll take the Wedding Announcement here, and I'm kind of sad to pass the Valorous Stance, but also very happy to get the Bomb Rare here, so that was a good one. Now I'm getting an upgrade here, pick 3, so this is great. My plan is going very well. I just take all the, okay, what the heck. I mean, this is such an efficient card. How is this coming so... Well, maybe just people are not red to my left. Anyway, it is gonna be my pick over the imprisonment here. Although this thing can deal with, some actual bigger bombs, but this is just so mana efficient. I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's 3 back-to-back upgrades. I guess I can take that. What is going on here? And then I'm gonna get matchups that involve only like, I don't know, people with, a lot of these kind of 4 toughness creatures. Anyway, this is a Stensia Uprising, so no one to my left is red, because this is also an insanely good bomb rare. So I'll take that. It's a double caster, but it's no big deal. I can play like 6 mountains, 7 mountains, and it will be fine still. Here, I don't think this is a Pious Bone deck. I'm not taking these Ancestral Anchors. I have seen these come. I could have found a bunch of them, but I actually need more creatures. Look at this. That's only 8 creatures. I'll take the rare because I know I'm not gonna play anything in this pack. Ideally cheap creatures, actually. But I guess with all these upgrades, I can play more of these expensive stuff. I don't need the piercing light number 2 because I have those upgrades, which and the flame blessed bolt, which basically means that I have enough ways to deal with anything. And that is a cheap creature, a small creature. Okay, they are the ancestral anchors, but I'm very happy to take a creature here. I really need these things. So that is 10 creatures, but I can count the, of course, the wedding announcement as creatures because this will produce me a bunch of creatures. Stensia Uprising will give me 1 creature a turn, so not so bad. Can I play another 4-drop? Well, I'm not taking the Sure Strike. With these upgrades, I don't need things like a +3/+0 and First Strike. It's just unnecessary. So I'll take the Lightning Wolf, which I may or may not play. I have one of these rescues. That's the most I'm gonna play. So I'll just take the Prisoner, but I will put it to the sideboard. And based on the deck I have currently with 5 spirits, I might just, cut the rescue as well. I probably won't be needing it. I need to fill the rest of the slots should be creatures. So I think I'm gonna actually cut the rescue now. I have a different plan. A couple of bum rares and a couple of cheap removal and then, well, creatures. Okay, I need 2-drops here still. So I can take the Vampire Slayer. This is also best of 1 draft, so if I get someone with vampires, there's no kind of opportunity to sideboard this card in. Alright, so I'm not playing the Wedding Invitation in this deck, so let's just take the uncommon for uncommon vault value. So yeah, in best of 1, if you are gonna want to have this in your deck, the main deck is the only place. No sideboarding. That said, I don't think I have sideboarded in the Vampire Slayer in any best of 3 draft either. Alright, so now this is... I'm not taking the Hullbreaker Horror, but funnily, if I took the blue rare in pack 2, I could have now this thing also. But this deck is not even a deck that actually gets to 7 mana that easily. So the question is more like, am I gonna take the Twinblade Geist, Fierce Retribution? It's not gonna be the Flame Blessed Bolt, it's just unnecessary here. It's going to be either this removal. Maybe I should have a removal spell that works on some bigger creatures. Okay, I like the Geist, but... okay, I'll take the Retribution still. Alright. And then I'll just take another 3/3, I think. Can't attack alone is... It's an actual drawback, but... Oh, this is also 23 cards. Do I want to have this? Can't attack alone. Because the problem is I don't have a lot of creatures. It is good to train with my couple of training creatures though. I don't want to play multiple kindly ancestors. Okay, let's take this. I'm gonna cut at least one of these. Honeymoon Heiress. Oh no, that was wrong. It's hers. Or something like that. It's like a horse, but it's a hearse, I think. Because I did check it out from Google after in the 1 draft where I had 2 of these. And these were very successful because my deck was kind of built for them. Here though, maybe it's just gonna be the trainee here now. Don't care about these. And I have too few creatures for the hearse. So I'm not taking it. I'll take the 2-drop training thing here. It's actually easier to connect with these. Well, I mean, not connect necessarily, but attack so that they don't get just killed. Because I have these upgrades that I can use to get rid of some blockers. Now, Griff Rider is like a okay, but it's also like, I mean, I have 25. I will cut some. I don't know. There's a Drogskull infantry, and I'm actually gonna think about the Evolving Wilds. Because of the double red, I wanna have enough red sources, but I also don't wanna have like 8 mountains here in the deck. So I will pick the Evolving Wilds because that will make it easier to make my mana work. Okay, Nurturing Presence. No, that's bad. A 4-drop or a 3-drop. Not exactly exciting to run these red 3-drops here. I'll take the Lightning Wolf, but probably... well, I don't know. I might not cut it. Okay, I could have find. I want to play at some point a deck that has like 5 Ancestral Angers. That can be very interesting. But it's not this deck. Okay, I'll take the Vampire Slayer, but of course I'm already beyond. I mean, I have a lot of cuts to make here. The Shield Passer might be better than the red card just because I might keep. I will keep hands that don't have mountains yet. I mean, at least I can see keeping hands like that. I guess this is still a bunch of red cards because there are 4 upgrades, and if I play the Flame Blessed Bolt, which is not necessarily going to happen by the way, but then that would be 5. The uprising is going to be 6. Yeah, it's not like a small splash. It's an actual. It's like a more almost like a 2-color deck. Of course, there will be a majority of white cards. Now I could take the Reckless Impulse, but I really like the Celebrants more than one of these guys, for instance. Yeah, let's take the Celebrants. The Blood Tokens are so good. Oh, this is the same Ancestral Anger I saw earlier. Oh, well, I'm not playing the 3rd Vampire Slayer, so I'll just take the uncommon here. My deck is basically finished now. So this Radiant Grace is really not good. It's actually just bad. So, but I'm not playing these red cards either, and this is an uncommon, so yep. Here, cards I'm not playing. I have 1 Pious Pawn, which I'm not gonna probably play. Frenzied Devils has a bunch of triggers, but I have 5 drops. I'm gonna take this, but it's not a card I'm gonna play. Oh yeah, this was the Ancestral Anger draft. But there's the Grief Rider, which I might still play. Take the red card, which I'm not gonna play. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this stuff here not gonna be played. Let's go here and decide on how many of which card I'm going to end up playing. I think the Piercing Light is quite easy cut because quadruple upgrade and the Flame Blessed Bolt are gonna they kind of do the same thing, but they're just better because there's no limitation to. I mean, I don't have to wait until combat to use it, and only specific creatures that are attacking or blocking. So, I guess one of the Drugskull infantries I saw, I would really like to have them, but I think I will play like 1 Vampire Slayer, probably not 2, because I'm gonna easily count the upgrades as 2 drops. So I'm not gonna be worried about getting run over. I have basically 4 2-drop creatures. Then there's the 4 upgrades, and then these one mana plays as well available. So that's fine. And here I don't like at least double Kindly Ancestor. Ancestor isn't what I'm interested in. Distracting Geist, just a 3 mana 2/1. I don't need it. I'm not gonna be the red-white aggro deck anymore because of all this removal and the bum res, and also the quite decent late game I have. So I don't need to play this kind of only cards that only do that only are worth the mana cost in very aggressive decks. And here I'm still playing the Armed Cathars. I really like the. I mean, I ended up with a decent amount of creatures anyway, so I will be playing this. It is a quite nice way to have a surprise victory. And the fact it gives vigilance to those creatures means that you don't have to wait until you are about to win the game. You can just play this as like an intermediate play, and then you can still block with those creatures, and you just dealt a bunch of damage, and maybe you can finish with something else a bit later on. About these 4 drops and 5 drops, I think I'm gonna cut 1 of each, and it's gonna be 1 Heron Blessed Geist and 1 Lightning Wolf. And then there is the question of playing only 16 lands, which I could do now with this amount of play. So this is now currently 15 creatures, 9 non-creatures, but 2 of my non-creature spells do actually give me tokens. So I can say it's like 17 and 7. And of course the 7 remaining cards are the upgrades, the Flame Blessed Bolt, which is 5, and what else there is? Okay, there's the Fierce Retribution, that's 6, and then I'm missing some. Oh, it's the Armed Cathars. This is not a removal nor a creature. But basically, all the 23 cards not Armed Cathars are either creatures or cards that give me creatures or removal spells. So that's pretty good. Now with the 4 upgrades, I do have 3 5 drops, And I have 4 mana cards, so if you play 16 lands, there's a chance you have some trouble, hitting your 4th land drop. Sometimes you can be stuck at 3 lands. But this deck does operate nicely at 3 lands, and I think the Kindly Ancestor is one of the cards I could be cutting, but having the Life Linker here is somehow interesting, actually. Against some decks, it's useful. So I'm gonna play it. I mean, of course, if it only was a 2-3 Life Linker, it wouldn't be great, but it has the disturb option too, so I can have the aura on someone else then. Now I could also... I like the set of 5 mana creatures here. Now I could maybe think that, because I have only one Grief Rider, but no, there are 2 Paris Blade Trainees, 1 Hopeful Initiate. I'm thinking about maybe cutting, after all, one of these Shield Bashers. Now, is there a problem regarding getting flooded out? Because I have only the Celebrants here that give me blood tokens. So if I play 17 lands, that could be a bit of a risk. So let's see what the mana would look like here. I think I'm willing to go with 16 in this deck, because I can buy time by using upgrades until I actually draw some lands. But yeah, it might be that in some games I have 2 of these 5 drops in my hand and I just don't find the 5th land anytime soon. But also getting flooded out is really bad too, so let's see if I put... I mean, with the Stensia Uprising being a double caster, and I'm actually do want to have access to red early in the game because of these 5 red cards in here that cost only 1 or 2 mana, so I need to have a reasonable amount of mountains. Let's take the Crimson WoW mountains. I like this art. So minimum is probably 5. So that would be 6 ways to gain red mana. 6 for the double caster. That's not always going to happen. I can draw just 1 mountain or evolving, 1 mountain / evolving wilds out of these 6 in like a top 15 cards. It's not... I don't do any the hypergeometric calculations in my head, and I haven't memorized any tables either, but I have a hunch that with 6 it's easy to miss out having 2 of these sources. So I kind of want to have 7. That would leave me only 9 planes with the Evolving Wilds. But that is gonna be 10 ways to gain white mana. That should be enough for these things. It is safer to play the 6 mountains. At least with the Evolving Wilds I can still have like 7 ways to gain red mana, but if I happen to draw the 2 mountains, I can just use these as a planes instead. So that's nice. So I shouldn't be too... I mean, I would have to be very unlucky if let's say at 4 lands I have 3 mountains and 1 plains. That would be very unlucky. And especially if I have these Angelic Quartermaster on 5. If I would have 4 mountains and 1 plains on turn 5, that would be also something that's going to happen seldom enough that I'm not gonna consider that as a scenario I should try to avoid by making any adjustment to these lands. So let's just take this 9 plains here. So I'm kind of... I fear a bit about getting stuck to 3 mana and having all these 5 and 4 mana. Well, not all, but like 3 of these expensive cards in my hand. This is 7 total, so I can easily draw. I had 3 of these in my top 15 cards, for instance. That's actually kind of like close to the average, I think. So hopefully I don't get too much trouble. But I will buy time with the average and the Flame Blessed Bolts. That's what I'm counting on. So if I get stuck to low land count. But now the question is, should I play the other wolf instead of the Shield Basher? Because this is really bad on defense. But it's really good on offense. And but this is not bad either. This gains, of course, indestructible. This gains first strike as a 4-power creature. Huh. I'm having second thoughts. I mean, I could make the switch. I'm not gonna do anything else here. With 7 red, I should have one of them on turn 4 most of the time. Because the fact it has 1 extra toughness can be relevant for a couple of cards. There's Flame Blessed Bolt, there's also the Piercing Light that can be used in response to the trigger here, and then of course there's the black card, the Vampire, +2/+2, -2/-2, and this thing is not a Vampire. So okay, fine, let's take the Lightning Wolf after all. I don't think I really need to count on their training too much, and this is also very good at training my things to be trained. Alright, so this is now the final deck build now. That's it. I wish I had a mountain here. Problem is these don't get to train each other, but I still have 1-drop, 2-drop start, and with 3 lands it's very hard to mulligan this. But I need a creature with 2 or more power or a mountain. Okay, that's it. This is now very decent thing. Now I will need to be able to attack with this thing on turn 3. Let's say if they have a 3/3. Okay, do they exploit? They don't, so I of course can't attack now, but this will allow, I mean the 2/2 isn't gonna be good enough against these 2/3s. So let's see what's their 3-drop, that's really important, and I hope I can draw a mountain for it if it's something that has... Well, a 2/3 is fine, a 3/3 is bad, because I don't mind losing one of these guys. I just want to train these ones, because as 1/2s they are just miserably bad. But let's see what they have. They can also just kill the kindly ancestor, of course. So I won't be able to attack. Okay, that is a 2/3. I didn't get the upgrade, that would have been perfect. But now the thing what they can do is double block one of these guys, and then I will lose it and they lose the goal. But now my aim to at least train them once is achieved, even though I'm gonna lose one of them now. I wish I should have actually not left the gnome that I have. No tricks, I should have used the manual stops here. They might choose to take even the damage, although it's quite a lot of damage. So now I'm gonna need a place will be kind of okay, because that means I can play the Heron Blessed Geist. The 2/2. Well, they might still have some vampires, but this is... Yeah, okay. Well, let's see what I draw. Mountain, please. Oh, well, okay. That does mean that the set of draws I can have that are good is now a lot even better now. So now what I can do, I can attack with this lifelinker to gain 2 life. Problem is they can block with... Well, actually this thing has training. Maybe I don't mind, because they can double block with the Recruit and the Weaver of Blossoms, of course. But this thing can start growing, and this has uses on the sideboard, so not in the graveyard, I mean, of course. I'm going to gain the life here. Can be relevant. And they might just block with the Weaver. They might just block with the Weaver just in case. Oh, if they block with the 3/1, that's not a bad thing at all. Alright, so now I could play this on something like a Paris Blade Trainee, because that's the best use of all my mana now. I have no other use. But I don't need life for anything right now. Oh, it is... Had I figured out that they actually are gonna have a knight here, I think I would have played it to prevent this from tapping for 2 mana. But maybe it's not that bad. Okay, they choose to... Well, it doesn't matter what they take away. I mean, whatever. They use their turn like that, it's completely fine for me. I have more aberration. I don't even have the red. Okay, Article of Trapping, that is a zombie. Okay, now that is good. Now they double spelled themselves, so good. Vampire Slayer could attack. And it will. They have 3 cards left. One of them is a boarded window. Okay, I'm not kind of worried about that too much. Alright, so now I'm having the Geist here. So attacking. So when they take 4 damage a turn, that's it. Well, this thing becomes indestructible. So I can attack with it. It will only deal 3 though. But if I train this, it will be a -1, -0, so it will be a 3, 2, 4. So they can have a good double block there. So I'm not gonna train it. But because I can play the Lightning Wolf, I do want to attack for damage. Although the Heron-Blessed Geist is okay, I can actually get rid of the boarded window if I play my flyer here. That is true. That is in fact true. Then I can't attack with this for 3. Slightly annoying. If I play this, I might not be. I mean, it will be a 3/3 first striker, which they can double block somehow. Okay, fine. Let's play the flyer just now. They don't have anything with reach here. Okay, 1 card left. Is that a good one? Or is it the card they're gonna play at all? Grisly Ritual. That's gonna give me 2 1/1s which don't do anything until the boarded window has been taken care of. Okay, so let's just and it will only give them if I control an enchantment, but I can control an enchantment. Let's start doing some damage here. So sadly, the 2/4 here, which it would be, can be blocked with this 2/3, and yeah, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Yeah, they got these 2 blood tokens, so if they keep drawing a couple of lands, they can trade them into better stuff. Oh, Dormant Grow, that is disgusting. Why did they have to? They didn't even need to use a blood token. So I'm in big trouble now. Because the combination they have now, I mean, with the boarded window, it's actually kind of a joke, but I need to wait until I get the Guitars. But in the meanwhile, the guys just keep growing. It's intolerable. That can't really. I mean, I have to do something now. Man, this boarded window. I mean, could you ever think that boarded window could be so good here? Because I could just attack with everything if that wasn't there. Now I can only throw away guys because of this being 3/4, and this is gonna be a 3/3 here. This can just be eaten by anything that has, I mean, 3/2 or the 2/2. I'm just thinking about, can I get rid of the boarded window? Can I get rid of it like now, or I have one time out here. So let's see. They will eat with the Weaver of Blossoms my Lightning Wolf. That's what's gonna happen. And then this will deal 3. This will be blocked by. It will be a 2/4. They can double block it though if they. Yeah, it's just gonna be like this. No point attacking because this can just block even the Shelter, and I do want to play this, so I need to get rid of the boarded window. I mean, if they don't have another creature now, and maybe if I just draw an upgrade or something like that, but I really need to draw something. Okay, that is really not good. That is really not good. Don't grow is okay. Well, they drew an answer for one of my guys. Yeah, I need to draw an upgrade. That's what I need. Without an upgrade. Okay, fierce retribution. Not quite enough, but close to being enough. So 1, 2 power. This will be 2 power. This will be 1 power, 3 power, 2 power, 1 power. Oof. The dormant grow here with the boarded window means this stall is so good for them. I mean, this is so disgusting. How this boarded window, and they just had to draw the removal there and the card draw and all that. Okay, next time I'm losing my. I don't think this attack is gonna do anything. It's not gonna do it. They can just eat my guys and. No. Man, this is insane. Boarded window. And it's not that I mean, they just had the perfect stuff there. I mean, if they just, and there's a Paxang pop. I mean, they're just winning with this stuff they have now. I mean, I can still draw Stensia Uprising or the. Well, I can't even use the Fierce Retribution with good effect now. I guess I can kill make the Drug Infantry go away because I need to. Oh, then I will have the Kindly Ancestor and play the Geist. Yeah, okay. Fine. I think that is what I have to do here. I'm gonna build a flyer that is gonna have a 3/3 flyer that will, you know, deal 2 because of the boarded window. If they take 2, if they take 1 here, that's fine too. But I have to do. I have to have an enchantment so I can do the Heron Blessed Geist. So who's gonna get lifelink? Don't think it matters too much. But let's have it here, and then I will have this, and then I will have the Drugskull Infantry on the next turn. But now that they have also the pup, which will gain life when it dies, and it can get 2 counters a turn, it's not gonna be easy. It's funny they don't even have to use many of these blood tokens because they just keep drawing stuff. But yeah, I'm you know, beyond the point of doing anything. I mean, they start attacking very soon, and I don't draw the kind of stuff I need to draw here. This won't kill the boarded window, sadly. But can I find some way to generate more damage faster? I don't know. Well, I can get my angel, the thing that. Yeah, I can get it. Now, and the opponent has to be somewhat careful. I can make some jump blocks. I don't have to block all of their guys right now. Now they had to use their blood tokens at least. And they still don't have anything that deals with the flyer. I have a 3-turn clock here. I don't think they can have a 3-turn clock here because oh, they chose to lose this, but I guess the 3/6 is. I mean, maybe they don't need the counters for anything anymore. Probably not. So, okay, they are gonna. So I can kill something with the retribution and then. Yeah, this says other creatures you control have vigilance. I was thinking about what's going on, but yeah, they don't. They do have a lot better attacks now that they have vigilance. Yeah, that was a reason to flip this. Yeah, that's actually. understandable. Now, how do I do trades? I mean, they could gain 4 life. I think I don't wanna make this guy die. I will just have to let it grow. I will, of course, do other blocks. They don't have vampires, do they? No, this is a zombie. No green vampires. So I'll just make the simple blocks here now. Life linking guy takes the 5-4, I guess. And then I can have a double block on this guy. Can also jump with the trainee at some point, and it will give me. I can actually attack, and it can give my counters to the other flyer. That is actually a very good idea. Yeah. So there's a no attack with this for now. No point. I do these blocks now. Yes. I think I will kill the werewolf here. I hope I did the correct decisions here. Gain some life here. And there's a Grief Rider. Oh, this was a really good draw. Finally something good. So I could attack with this, and this would be a 2-4. Oh, they can. Well, I mean, it cannot get a counter anyway, so I should do that. I should do that, and then it will give more counters when it dies. And I'm not gonna lose to their next attack. I actually can still win here. They need something that blocks a flyer. Or just a kill spell would work too. Okay, they go for that, which is good, because now my other flyer will be also relevant. So I have actually a win for the next turn, and they don't even have blood tokens now. They don't have blood tokens. Okay, don't draw anything sick, because I win if it's like a land or a random creature. Well, let's see what it is. This attack is not gonna be dealing enough. I even have a blocker here. 7, 10, 15, 16 with the training guy. So should I jump block here? 4-4. Oh, they don't have even a wolf anymore. That's funny. So I guess I'll jump. I mean, this is 7, 10, 14. There's no +6/+6, but then again, might as well jump block 4 damage away here. And now let's see what they're gonna have. They had 1 draw to an empty hand. Is that gonna be a lethal? I mean, a kill spell, but 1 kill spell isn't even enough. Every one of these guys will be dealing 2, so they need 2. Or they need life gain. Well, it's here. I mean, this is now it. This is it now. Oh, I mean, they need. Yeah, the one kill spell isn't gonna be enough. Wow, they had another one of those, but with the Grief Rider, this is exactly enough. Wow, what a game! And it was really. I mean, they didn't. They would have lost the artifact now. This thing, but of course it was lethal damage, so it didn't even go. The trigger it didn't even go to stack. But yeah, so the key here to win was to get the very awkward. I mean, this lifelink aura. Attack this so that it dies, then get the 1/1s, and then have play this on some random guy just to be able to use this. Yeah, to use this ability, and then put a +2/+2 aura on one of the flyers, and that's how it started there. Okay. Well, with the wedding announcement. Again, I do have 6 mountains and 1 evolving wilds. Now I have the 2 aberrate hand with no red source, but yep, 2 drop into wedding announcement is basically all you could hope for. The rest should be coming with their own, at their own pace, yeah. More red cards, but they had no 2 drop, so I have time now. Also have this, which I can play after the wedding announcement. Green white, okay, kindly ancestor. Sure, at some point I will find it, right. I do this now because I just of course want to get the anthem mode ASAP. If they attack here, I'm not gonna double block. A third color, Guardian Paladin. This is good with training. Oh man. Wow. that was funny. Well, okay. I guess I deserve it for having the sick bum rare. But I had only 2 upgrades in my starting hand. I drew all this stuff in my top 3 draws. Top 4 draws included 3 more red cards. But it wasn't a double caster rare at least. So there's that. So when someone has gotten a... Okay, they get more mana with that thing. Then they have a grasp on there. Okay, okay. But they don't have a good attack still. Oh, now that was quite useful. I can do a couple of things here, but I think that I just want to have another creature that will become a 2/2. I don't have to do any attacks. I would of course take some kind of a 2-for-1 to get rid of the paladin, but they can block with this. So I don't need the card, I can just take another creature. So let's not do anything then. This now, and now I'll have this glorious anthem here. Digraph Scavenger. Okay, that I think I'll just kill then. They still haven't gotten any counter business on this thing here. Okay. So now I'm thinking about just getting rid of the Guardian Paladin, although that won't be... Yeah, if I attack with all... No, I don't like it. What's the rush? I can play one of these red spells per turn. I will see what they play and then decide based on that. I need to save this for something actually very big. Okay, well that is not a card I'm worried about. It's also something I will have to actually kill with the Flame Blast. Well, they have a lot of life gain. But okay, one of these gets killed with the Flame Blast Bolt, and then... Well, I have those upgrades. I can just have 1-for-1s in here, no big deal. That's gonna be good when I draw another land here still. Well, nothing here is really... I mean, same story goes. I have a pretty funny hand here, but they don't... Okay, yeah, that would have been better for the Flame Blast Bolt, but I didn't know they're gonna have that. So when something dies, this will become a 4/3, so let's just get rid of this thing then. This will be a 4/4. Yeah, I'll play a creature now. This can't attack alone though, so it can be a bit annoying with the Guardian Paladin here. Mark of Beautiful, more targets for my removal. There is the Arm the Katsas, but there's no real rush to cast that anytime soon. They're at 25. I think it's better to play it safe and not... I mean, kill this while I can, unless they have like something that saves it. Yeah, this can't attack alone. So I have actually used all these now. They have had all these lands and then spells. Okay, Dollhouse. Well, that actually needs to be killed with this, because they have so many creatures they can get back that they're just gonna grow. So the final upgrade will have a target too, and I think I have to wait for the Wither Fierce Retribution to get the Paladin out. Now they have this Mark of Purifier it has the, you know, the ability still. So that was a good one for them. Voice of the Blessed. Okay, now I see they have that too. Well, I mean, I will have enough place for the rest of the game, but yeah, I could maybe want to at some point draw an actual fifth land here. But there's no rush, I can play this. It's a 3-4 thanks to the wedding festivity, and this is quite a stalemate, isn't it? Okay, so now I can play my flyer, which will be a 4-4. Celebrants, it's not so good. The menace, 5-5 menace is still not good against that stuff. So let's start attacking in the air now. I guess if this gets a couple of counters, it's not such a big deal. Now that is a big deal. Well, there's a target for the Fierce Retribution. They will, in fact, well, at least they didn't get the stuff from this thing. But problem, of course, is that this will still gain a bunch of they will gain life from this thing, and then they can draw a card with this thing. This will get another counter. Things might get ugly still. The 4-4 did a lot of work here. I mean, I'm just unable to do anything with the ground guys, but I suppose so are they. But with the wedding festivity, I mean, it doesn't really win the game here. I mean, it's more like a card that keeps me in the game rather than wins me the game. But yeah, the bramble worm there, super annoying stuff. I just have to kill it. There's no way out of it. I mean, it has reach, so, but it will gain them life from the graveyard. That is the annoying part. And they are 26. It takes a long time before this thing gets any job done. But at least I can start. My next 2 lands I can just. Okay, they have a reach thing. Okay, they do have 2 mana to draw the card with that thing. Well, okay, this thing will be good too. We'll get in infinite creatures for this. Alright, but it does of course need a a second mountain, which I still haven't gotten even though I'm over halfway through the deck. Yeah. Alright, anyway, this is still gonna be tough for them if they can't really attack with the apprentice sharpshooter, because I will kill it. Of course, it's the only thing that has the ability to block the geist here. They can attack with the kindly ancestor here. Oh, they choose. What can they have? I'm gonna block with everything I have here to get rid of these. These are the biggest threats here. I guess the Sigardian Paladin, they can give a lifelink and all that. Yeah. I mean, if I get to kill this Voice of the Blessed, which I actually don't have any removal for anymore, that would be the best, because at 4 counters it has flying. So now this is what I was kind of fearing they would do that. Because now they get life, they get a counter on here, and they get to have the disturb on someone. This is gonna be tough, because they have so much life. I mean, I could run them with the 1/1s here, which will be 2/2s in fact, in the end, but they have so much life gain. And they can just have this life gain all around someone. Anyway, let's just pass the blocks and let's do like, I don't know, what should I do here? Like, this is enough, like 7 power. I assume it's gonna be enough. If they have 2 spells that are +3/+3, fine. Fine, I guess. This is enough. I gain 3 life here myself too. Yeah, the Voice of the Blessed. What is the black splash there, by the way? Oh no, it's not a splash. This is just a 3-color deck, isn't it? Okay, I'm not sure anymore. what's going on. But yeah, a second bread sauce would be nice. They gave a lifelink on that thing. Alright. These don't have flying yet, but they get to draw another card here. Can I deck them? If I have the stance, yeah. But the problem is they can win with the flyer. I can't block the flyer with my things. Okay, well that is a slow way to get the Stensia uprising. I think it's still gonna be the way. I mean, I could discard it to try to find the mountain right away. I don't have a good attack on the armed Katas, do I? I can make this into an 8-8 menace, but they will win with this thing. I'm pretty sure that might happen. This only triggers on their turn. I might need to actually do the Amtikatas this turn. What would be the attacks then? 8-8. They block. They would have to lose the Paladin. So 3 here. The flying will go through anyway. So I guess 2 here and 1 here, and this should be it. I don't know, this might be a huge mistake, but it is now done. I feel like I need to do just something here. Deal some damage so that I can actually win them in the end. Now if they block with the Spore Crawler now, that does mean that they can start attacking with the voice right away. But the good thing is that this only triggers on their end step, so in that case they wouldn't be getting the card draw from that thing there. Paladin has to go. So they take quite a bit of damage here. The Paladin has to go because it's one other way to give them lifelink. Now I can also, of course, give lifelink now to some of my own guy. Some of my own guy. If the kindly ancestor is gonna die at some point. Now they have of course only a very small amount of creatures here too. But this thing is a flying and vigilance. It has also vigilance, something to keep in mind. So I can actually only... Yeah, it's not good. I need to get the Stensia Uprising to deal 7 to this thing. Is that possible? I need to hit exactly 13. That's gonna be hard. Fighting Wolf. Okay. So if I attack with the Menace guy, they can block with the Voice of the Blessed and... I mean, I can just attack with everything and see what happens. And then hope the Stensia Uprising... Hope I lose enough. Well, I'm not gonna lose a lot of guys. I think that's still what I need to do here, though. Kind of feels like the play I need to make. Although I don't want this Apprentice Sharpshooter maybe to start gaining value. But I can untap a blocker for myself. Which would be untapped, though. They can block. They can kill the one that gets untapped. Guess the Falcon Rat Celebrant. Also, this will be a 2-5 if it attacks here, so... Okay, fine. I think I'm gonna start doing the attacks right away. Yeah. That's fine. That's just fine. I will get a 2-2 per turn, and if enough of my things die, and I can also just sacrifice these, I can try to somehow play in a way that... Okay, well I will trade with the Apprentice Sharpshooter, no big deal there. They do have 2 cards though, they can have something. Can have something there. This will get indestructible at 10 counters. Well, 10 is a lot of counters. Okay, that Sharpshooters, at least I try to kill it. They are down to 7. I will start getting... I could play the Wolf too, but I think it's better to do this. And I can jump block this Voice of the Blessed a few times because I can block with the Heron Blessed Geist, and then I can get the 2/1/1s here too. It seems they are now flooded, but they did have a bunch of spells earlier. That said, I have had nothing but spells in this game, so maybe I should be not saying anything. So it's just I mean, attack with all, and let's see what happens. Untapping the flyer so that I can get the jump if I want to. Yeah, that was just too many creatures. Because they had what 10 lands in here, probably more lands in their hand. So if they had more creatures there, they could have made more blocks, and I couldn't have gotten the win that way. So that was me getting lucky with all the spells I had, and them getting unlucky with the flood they started facing here. Okay, yep. I do need a land, ideally 2 at some point, but if I get 1, I can play most of the stuff. Now I can play the bolt and the infantry, so I'm also on the draw, so I have an extra draw to not miss out on the curve. They might have some exploit stuff on that, but I will take the 1 damage. I will take the 1 damage and see what's their 2 drop. It could be like a... Well... What's the... Well, the green doesn't have any exploit. Black has... This could be the Scorpion. But I guess I would want to get rid of the Scorpion then. Yeah, I'm gonna wait with my Flame Blessed Bolt. Okay, that was a good one. Now they probably know what I'm having because I was thinking about it so long at the end of their turn. Oh, they do have blue stuff. Hey, that was like a nicely played. I mean, because they could have the 3/2 that exploits to draw and scry and draw. Do they have that? Okay, no. Another deck with multiple colors. Don't know. What's with all that? Lifelinker or the flyer? I think the flyer is better. The lifelinker is unable to be able to attack when they have potentially up to 5 mana. Okay. That was not nice. Well, it's not like the 1/1 is gonna do a whole lot here. Okay, they are down to 2, well now 3 because of the draw step. Okay. Okay, they had then a 6-drop mythic rare. So this thing says when it enters or dies, exile another card from a graveyard, and then they will give -X, where the X is mana value of the card. So not really great, but still something I can survive. I'm thinking about the Shield Basher. I'm also thinking about playing this Kindly Ancestor. And then using the Flame Blessed Bolt. It will then get exiled, it can't even get rid of these things. It has minis. Well, I'm gonna start gaining life then, but it does have minis. So I can't block it. Now they definitely know about the Flame Blessed Bolt because I have these priorities like an amateur. Okay. So I could of course use the Disturb creature on this, but kind of forgot they have that, but then again they could have done that on their turn, so don't think it matters too much. But yeah, this has the secondary option to get rid of things. They can block and return that thing, but it's... I mean, I still gained my life, and they don't want to block. So they have another syncopate, right? That has to be a syncopate, doesn't it? Kind of want to have my shield basher, but... Oh man, let's use the syncopate. I mean, they would have blocked otherwise, right? Wouldn't they? Okay, no syncopate. So something else, perhaps. Okay, wolf strike then. So yeah, if this thing dies, they can exile it, so I need to be careful. I can use a braid on the heirloom, but I don't really think I necessarily want to. If I had 2 red mana, I would actually double spell to kill it. As it is, I won't be doing that. Okay, now they have it. It's not a syncopate, of course, but... Well, I mean, yeah, that is one weird deck. I mean, I don't know what all these colors are supposed to do here, but I'm not here to judge my opponents. I'm here to play Magic. But I just sometimes I face decks that I wouldn't necessarily play myself. But if, I mean, here I'm losing here, so maybe I should shut up. Skullscarp. That has an exploit ability. So they can sacrifice this to make a 2/2 and then return it. It's kind of annoying that the Flame Blessed Bolt is the way to get rid of this, so that it doesn't actually do the death trigger, but oh, I can just kill this in response to the trigger. Yeah, I kind of forgot how the exploit works. So exploit is just to sacrifice a creature, and this has to be on the battlefield for that trigger to happen. So I can do this now. Yeah, this is better because I wanna save the Flame Blessed Bolt on the Cemetery Desecrator. So now this dies and they can sacrifice the specimen, but they won't get the 2/2 for that, so they basically have no reason to sacrifice it anymore. But I need a second red right now. Again, I'm having trouble with the double red, and that's the reason I played. Okay, that's not good. Well, I have the upgrade for that, but problem is that I'm losing to this Menace guy, and now I did draw it. Okay, so what's the play here? I'm not dying to their attack yet. And this thing doesn't have vigilance, so if they attack... Because if I upgrade this, I'm gonna gain 2, yes, but it's still gonna be a huge problem with the Cemetery Desecrator. So I think this is the play. 3 here, and I have to do this. And then I hope they don't draw... I mean, if they draw a land, they can ditch it with the Blood Token, but I guess I hope they have like 2 irrelevant cards on top of the deck. And then I need to find some very good stuff. It's possible here to still to win, but the Scavenger did increase their clock quite nicely with the drain here. Okay, they discard just a land. Okay, that took a lot of time to decide on that. Okay, Stensia Uprising will be quite nice. I'll gain my 2 life here. Gain my 2 now. I can't return that, but I have one per turn now, unless they have yet another syncopate. But I wouldn't lose yet. I mean, I am at 5. They did have a syncopate. Wow. Well, that's what it is then. A lot of syncopates and other counter spells. But I mean, they deal 2 and then I will also gain 2. So now they chose to, of course, not. I can only get benefit 1 counter from this thing, and they will exile the kindly ancestor. That is the annoying part here. So I guess I kind of could wait here a bit, because I can give it counter and attack, and they will most likely block. And then they will have mana to both exile this thing from a graveyard and also return the skeleton. Now that would still leave me with 8 life and a 3/3 flyer. That might be what I want to do. Because the 3/3 flyer will be decent. I'm gonna do that. This can't put a counter on itself. It would be quite good. For a 5 mana 4/4 flyer with the alternative ability would be quite good. Now I don't have to actually attack with the ancestor. That is also something. But if they have a kill spell of some kind, yeah, let's just do the attack right now. Because they will. Yeah, I don't wanna. Maybe they forget to exile it. But they are not gonna forget it. Oh, they. No, that's fine. I mean, I didn't have mana to. Even if I played my land, I didn't have mana to cast it from the graveyard. It's a 2 mana spell from the graveyard. So, okay, land. Not what I needed. I'm not gonna play the lands because I have the 5 mana menace guy that gives me 2 of those blood tokens. So I'm gonna start taking damage from this 1/1 again. It has done a lot of damage in this game. But they didn't have a creature now. It's been a weird game. So the black in their deck is like a wolf strike. So I mean the green, not black. Don't have any big creature. Okay, just a land. And a braid, which might be useful at some point. So it's a blue-black deck that is... the green kind of threw me off. It is just a blue-black deck with a splash of, for some reason, the wolf strike. And well, I'm assuming some crazy good bum too. But hey, I'm winning this race now. And that is something I can kill, not on their turn, but on my own turn. Maybe I should play the land, because if I now draw a 5-drop, yeah, that's gonna be awkward. Yeah, definitely didn't realize that. I guess I could have done this pre-combat. If they can save it, I'm actually not very happy, but let's see. I'm still not gonna die, but I would have liked to have this as a blocker. Let's say they have a pump spell there. Well, that didn't happen, so now all I need is that they don't draw anything too crazy, and if they draw something normal, then I draw something normal also. So far, it doesn't seem like the case. Well, so far it does seem like we are having matching draws here, which is good for me in this board position, because that will allow me to win the game. Keep exiling the stuff. I don't need the non-auras in my graveyard. Okay, both have a lot of lands. And now they have 2 turns time to... Okay, Fierce Retribution is gonna be a decent failsafe here. 7. If I want to play this for, yeah, it's possible I will draw a 3 mana card, and in that case I want to have all the lands. I can also draw the one that has the blood tokens as an ETB, but if I would draw that, that's a darn good one anyway. Is this gonna be such an anticlimactic that this 3/3 flyer is gonna go all the way here? So yeah, the same thing applies here. I can kill this in response to the trigger, so they don't get the trigger here, because that was a good draw. But of course, when I have this thing, they don't get the trigger, even if they sacrifice the specimen here. Maybe they try it now, just in case, if it works that way, but it does not. This only, yeah, this has to be there. Alright, so weird game. Now they drew a land here again. But so that was a blue-black. So I was kind of speaking, I mean, about the counters. It seems like is this? I mean, if you play so many counter spells, you need to have ways to, you know, kind of not get, you know, how to say. The problem is if your opponent curves out better than you, and then you are just having some counter spells in hand, and they just keep attacking you. You can't keep mana up, and if you make plays, then they will make plays, and then the counter spells might be stuck in your hand. So I wouldn't mind running like a few of them, but this is 3 syncopates, and yeah, 3 syncopates. But it can work. I mean, maybe it will work for them. It worked very well for them in that game, but it's also, you need to draw the counter spells on a specific moment for them to be good. They are not consistent, let's say. Especially something like Syncopate, which eventually the opponent can have mana to pay for the X. Yep. This is a good hand. And man, am I gonna get a mountain? Yes, I am. Opponent mulliganed once. I'm gonna get a mountain here because I want to. Let's see. My next couple of land draws will be mountains. That would be funny. Okay, it wasn't. So all is fine. I'm gonna kill that right away because it can easily become. It's just better for my curve. I'm gonna tap out for this stuff for a couple of turns now. Flyer or the. Yeah, let's have the flyer. I don't care about the lifelink that much. Well, that got some gifts. Another recluse. Catapult fodder. Well, I can kill it with the fierce retribution in the end. So how to do it? I mean, I can keep it first strike and then attack, and they might take 4. Otherwise, they could double block, and I don't want that to happen. So no, I'm thinking very hard here. Yeah, I don't have anything, and then kindly ancestor. This means now I don't have mana up for the fierce retribution for the attacks, but I don't think they're gonna make attacks that make me want to use this. Alright, so I guess I'll kill it. Otherwise I can't do anything here. And now I can attack for 6. Oh, they don't have anything. Well, that was lucky for me, but then again I have 7 lands and 6 spells too. They have an Edgar's Awakening, but there's nothing else to do than that. Okay. Okay, let's attack for 2 here. I have those 2 bombs in my deck and also some other. I mean, most of my draws will be at least fine, except for lands, of course. Ceremonial knife, which allows them to. Okay, a lot of these recluses. Okay, well, there is that. There is that specific thing. So how do I do it? Do I want to draw a card then? Oh yeah, I do want to draw a card rather than get a 1/1 token. So if you attacked with 2 or more creatures, draw a card. So this can block just a 4/3 easily, no big deal there. And they can trade with one of these things. I guess I'm gonna just attack with the 2/3 because I'd rather them not trade with the militia rallier. So let's give first strike in here and attack with these. I can attack with this, then I guess they blocked with this recluse. I lose the rallier. They block here and then they would take 2 damage. And this way they might, well, if they block the kindly ancestor, I don't care. I don't care. I will be drawing a card from the wedding announcement. That will be the good part here. Don't think I want to use the lifelink or on anything now. And I will keep the land in hand if I draw my blood tokens. Arm the Katars. Well, that will be quite good. Discard the draw. Now they have the Recluse as a 3/3. But the Katars will be very good. I can draw another card from this thing too. Unless they have now removal, of course. They chose not. Oh. Well, I can do them both, but this is pretty crazy. I got both the rares like back to back. So I have 7 mana total. I can cast them both. But they didn't equip this. That means they have something. They can kill the wolf. And this can't even attack alone. So let's just play it safe. I mean, why not? I'll get a token here instead. Because they would have equipped this. Most likely. They have the -13, -13. That's what I'm guessing here. But yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, this combination of cards, it's just how they play together too. I mean, I get 2/2s endlessly here. I don't. And the sacrificing is also something you don't have to do. Yeah, that's the bleed dry. But I get 2 tokens now, and next turn they will become +1/+1. So yeah, I don't have to use the 13, exactly 13 thing here. I don't think I want to. I want to keep making 2/2s. So now they can do that and get a blood token here, sure. Let's block. Okay, that's fine. Okay, upgrade. Question is, do I want to attack? Yeah, the card will be nice. I could use the the Katars even here. So I'm basically throwing away 1 creature and... Well, no, I'm gonna actually do it like... hard to say, actually. I kind of want to get rid of this. It casts a... gain... But they can't really attack with it. No, I'm not gonna do... So I'm gonna get two creatures, or I'm gonna get a card and I lose one of these creatures and get only 1 creature. So either I will have, at the end of this turn, I will have 4 2/2s or 2 2/2s and a card. So are not 2 2/2s worth a card, and they are worth a card. I'm not gonna attack, because they can block and kill. Unless I use the Amtika charge, which I don't use because they can still block the 4-4 here. So I can only deal like 2 extra damage there. So what I'm doing here is just nothing. I have 10 here. And I'm not gonna use these for the damage. I don't care about the exact count. The exact count doesn't matter now. This is very miserable for the opponent, of course, to deal with this stuff. Because it's not a mandatory sacrifice. You may sacrifice. So I'll just keep getting 2-2. So they're gonna eventually grind them out. Okay, so I might as well just I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? I can use the upgrade if they have a trick of some kind. And I think I will use the upgrade on the catapult fodder, maybe not. They have to get something. But I mean, they might get decked before they get to deal with this stuff. 1-2-2 per turn is gonna be tough when I'm at 22, so it's not like they find a flyer and then suddenly start winning. And now I got my own flyer. I will keep mana up for the upgrade here. Now I could just attack and get rid of this guy. Is that what I want to do? They get a blood token and I lose one of these tokens, but I get one of these every turn. I could also just, you know, sacrifice this to get rid of this, but it's not worth it. It really isn't. Fine, the 2-5 is rather annoying, I guess. So it's not I mean, they know exactly what's going on. But they might also have the 1 mana trick that brings that guy back. With a counter, but they did it. Okay, so there is that now. They need to dig up deep. They have a lot of lands to throw away, but that's a lot of things to ask now. I mean, the 4 flyer here, and the flyer will become into 2/1/1 flyers because I have the enchantments to make it possible to activate this graveyard ability here. Well, this double plains hand is not keepable with all this stuff. Even if one of these was a mountain, this wouldn't really be a keep. Let's mulligan. Okay, keep this. I have the wedding announcement. Is there like a... Oh, there's not really a bad card in here. I feel like the Quartermaster will be better than the Shield Basher. So I'm not gonna lose a land here because I definitely don't wanna risk on making the 3-drop here. And the 2-drop is, even if it's just a 1-2, I don't wanna miss my turn 2. So I will cut the Shield Basher because I should be winning with the flyer and the wedding announcement. Hopefully. Well, maybe not, but I mean, the 4-2 just seemed like the card to lose there. Red-green. Okay, I do have a 2-drop that is slightly better. I think it's gonna be the infantry. Oh, don't exile it. Have an upgrade, yeah. Upgrade, find the 1 mana exiling spell now. What? Nothing. They kept a land. Well, I mean, they might have removal. Well, this is... They are not gonna use upgrade on this thing either. So, if they kept it... If upgrade is their early game, they are gonna not have good time with that. I'm pretty sure they must have upgrade now, because... Okay, well that is really good too, but... My stuff is good here too. Attacking here makes no sense. I'll play the trainee. Because I'm not gonna lose one of these to draw a card when I can get the 1/1 instead. Now, they have the upgrade for the Quartermaster, most likely. Oh, well, you know what? I need my own upgrade right now. Well, at some point. There's not much time. Well, this will be a 4-4, so if they have an upgrade, it won't. They won't be able to kill this with their own 3 damage effect. Now this thing can't target itself, but it has reach. Attacking here makes no sense. Let's do this now. And give counters to infantry, perhaps. Trainee. I could give the infantry and the trainee, and then the trainee will give the counters to someone else. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. Might feel a bit weird, but it is something I wanna do. Now I can actually just do the attack right now. One of these will die, but if either of them dies, it doesn't matter. Now they will get +1/+1, but this will be even bigger. I'm actually doing it like this. I will get the card. I actually want to draw a card instead of the 1/1, which will be a 2/2, because I need to upgrade on this thing. Yep, that's what I'm doing. And no matter which of them dies, it's gonna be fine. So the counters go to, I mean, if they have a wolf, the attack thing, but I think it's still gonna be the quartermaster. The ground guys won't be able to go through the child of the pack. It's just not gonna happen. So I hope they don't have any. I mean, at least this requires a very specific. Now I get mountains. The 6 damage doesn't even work with the red uncommon. They have to have this specific thing that, deals based on the creature's power. But yeah, they will get this stuff every turn. This has haste now and menace, so I can't even jump block it very well. But I can take 6 here, and they can't attack now with the child of the pack because I could kill it. So yeah, I'll take 6 if they choose to attack. They chose not to attack. Hey, what's this all lands? But I will get to. Okay, this is actually an interesting one because I could play the Evolving Bites to kind of thin the deck and then this, but I can also play a land and then just start ditching these lands for the blood tokens, and I think that's the correct way to do it. Now if I attack with all, the Rock Skull infantry is gonna die. I don't want that to die yet, so I'll just attack with this 6/6 right now. And then I will play the Celebrants, play them on planes, and then I can discard a land here then. Not now, but I mean it doesn't matter when I'm doing it, I guess. Hopefully. Did they forget this gets haste? Because I kinda don't understand why did they not attack. Well, now they're gonna have a bit harder time because this has menace. This has to be blocked with 2 creatures, and I'm at 20. This time I don't have the endless 2/2s because I don't have both of my enchantments. Sporeback Wolf, so they need an answer now, and the answer has to be the wolf, the kill spell, if not a double. Okay, they are desperately trying to find now answer on the angel here. Okay, if it's double upgrade, that works. Is that what's gonna be? They can also have a pump spell. Okay, that is not. Okay, that's also. But they can have a hasty thing. But like I said, they need 2 blockers on this Falkenrath Celebrant, so I don't think they're gonna even attack now. No. Come on, upgrade. Let's do it. Hey, that is not nice. That is not nice at all. How many lands? 3? I don't even want to count. Okay. This will be lethal on this turn. Because I'm assuming they don't jump block with the Halana. Because I have exactly. No, I actually need to lose 1 creature. That's kind of sweet. Because this is the 13th permanent. I want to deal the 7 this time because I'm assuming the Angelic Quartermaster goes through. But I need to lose a creature here. but no more than, because yeah, this will be 13th and the token will be the token will be 14th. So I need to lose exactly 1. Well, how do I do it? What is the most safest way to make, because they can block this, they can jump block the infantry. They can I guess they have to double block the celebrants, and that's okay. So losing the celebrants is actually the thing to do here. Now this will backfire if they block with the Halana and Alina. But I guess at that point, I don't think they're gonna jump block the infantry here. But this is actually interesting now. This is the third. Oh, is it the 13th or is this 12 showing some wrong? Now I should count this actually. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have a 12 currently. This will be the 13th. Yes. Yes, and I need there to be 1 less. This won't die. So I mean, I hate to lose this, but the other things might be. Are they gonna jump block with the snarling wolf here? Or they could take the 2 here actually. Oh man, this is my last timeout. Fine, let's do this. I think this is the safest way. I assume they don't block with Halana, and they will kill the Falcon Rat celebrants. Maybe get to pick off a creature from there. So this is working now. And now, unless I made some mistake, this should be now exactly 13th. And take action. And this, man, that, I mean, I used a lot of time, but that was the kind of situation where I could easily make a mistake. Oh, tier 1. So I'm glad I used the time, and I'm also glad I didn't actually run out of my timeouts, because that has happened before. I've been thinking something and I had not noticed that the rope is burning here, but again I had both of my rares here, but at least opponent had a crazy rare here too, and also the very nice uncommon. But my Angelic Quartermaster, that worked. The plan that I gave the counters on there, that was sweet. And yeah, that was 5 wins back to back, so I got to tier 1 even now. Okay, well now this is probably the best hand I have had in this event, because now I don't have, it doesn't matter what I draw, this will be a good hand no matter what. I guess if I was on the play that would be even better, but it's still fine. I have a Vampire Slayer. They have a blank black, but not black red. Okay, they have a Vampire Slayer too. Well, let's play the infantry. I can make this into a 2-3, and with the upgrade I can, if they have a nastier blocker, I can get rid of that. Exactly that thing will die ASAP. Not gonna fool around here. Against white and black, the upgrades will be very good, because most of the creatures will take they will die to a 3 damage effect. So they can trade with the Drogskull infantry, but it of course has utility later on. They still decided to do it. They might be having a way to exile it, of course, somehow. There's not that many in this set than in Midnight Hunt, where there were some nice commons that exile and uncommons that exile stuff from graveyard. Okay, so they get this thing here. It's gonna be the Rallier here. This is a vampire, but it also has menace. So the Rallier is the better one because it can grow the initiate once again. Otherwise the Griff Rider would have been fine, but I like this play more. And now if they leave a 3-3 to block, I then can maybe play the upgrade. Traveling Minister will be a good one too, but and then there's a Griff Rider. So now this is actually quite fine for me. Because I can kill now the Socialite. This will become a 3-4, and they can, if they want to, they can double block the Rallier. It's not really what they want to do. And this can't get a counter now. No, I'm a bit of stuck in mana here, but it's still quite fine here for me. Don't know even. Let's untap this one for some reason, because if I want to block, I think it's gonna be the 3/3 that cannot attack alone rather than this thing. They did not use the minister, so they are either planning to block or... Yes, what's this idea here? Okay, finally I got that. Oh, this is actually quite sweet. I could just play the Drogskull infantry on the militia rallier, which makes this into a 4/5 and... But they chose not to gain life there. This is a sorcery speed activation. Now I have other plays too. I can play the Griff Rider, but I guess the mana efficient play is to play the infantry right now, and that allows me to attack with the 5/5. That's actually the biggest upside here. I get at least one attack in here. They have the blood token sacrificing here, so that's probably the reason they have mana up. I mean priorities here. And here the same thing actually. I'm gonna untap this guy perhaps. They can block with the catapult fodder, but if they don't have some kind of removal on the rallier now, this is gonna become 5 for 6. But even if they do, I mean that was good anyway. Now they gained life, so they just missed the life gain. They thought they remembered it's an instant speed effect, right? It has to be the only explanation. Panicked bystander. Okay, that needs 3 life for this thing too. Oh, and wow, they had it. But the Death Touch requires a mana activation, so they don't have a good block. Oh, that was lucky for me, because otherwise they would. Okay, well anyway. Anything to play pre-combat? No reason. So this will become in fact a 5/6, and they can't even trade with either of these, and then will face 10 damage, so they have to jump block here. Wow. And then they keep gaining life there. But because they have the 3/5, my Lightning Wolf isn't actually that great. This means I'm gonna just have this guy. I can start training it. They can only trade with the 5/6 or the 5/5 using this. And they need to leave 2 mana up for it too. They are only having 4 lands here. Discard a swamp. Yeah, now they have even less. Okay, they just discard some swamps and then maybe leave mana up for the Death Touch. Now this Griff Rider will trade with that Griff Rider, so I'm not sure. Okay, so they actually made it that. But now they don't have the swamp here. Oh, unless they have... they just discarded 2 swamps. Now they can't activate this. And this is still a 5/6 that is gonna be... I mean... yeah, okay. This will be nice too. So... how to do it? I think it's better to offer the trade on the Griff Rider, and then they will either take 5 or jump with the 1/1. If I attack with this, they can just freely kill it. So that's not what I want to be doing here. Oh, one thing I can do, which I just didn't realize. Oh boy. Damn it, this has an ability. For 3 mana I could have gotten rid of the... yeah, that's kinda bad. But I can still do it. I mean, it's fine. They're not gonna kill this now. I can do it later on. I could have done it in this turn, but maybe I don't even want to do it this turn. Yeah, I'm doing it like this. That's fine. because now I can't get this thing trained. Yeah, I mean, I would have needed to get the counter on this thing. So I should have done this ability before attacking. Okay, they just jump block. That is fine for me. I mean, this is definitely fine. So now they get live, and then I can leave 3 mana up for this ability. But I don't have to leave it now. I will just play the wolf here. I mean, this is gonna require some pretty good stuff for them to somehow win the game. If they wanna attack, that's only 3 damage. I can take it. Of course, I won't be double blocking it because they can kill both of these with Death Touch. So they are discarding their lands, but Restless Bloodseeker says if you gained life that turn, create a blood token. Okay. So now I don't make the same mistake. And they again don't. They have discarded a lot of swamps, but that means they don't have the activation up here. So they have 4 power here, which is gonna mean that let's be very careful. It has to be this Gift of Fangs, because it's now highlighted there. I'm assuming this is gonna work, and it's not gonna target my Drog Skull thing. Yeah, okay, good. Like this. Destroy that. Remove 2 +1/+1. Oh, I can remove them from anything. Didn't even realize that. Among creatures you control. Okay then. Now, first strike here. Doesn't make any sense. They can always block this guy. So, just trade here. They block here and jump here. They basically trade. The wolf trades with the Restless Bloodseeker. And then I can play a 2-drop. Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. This is not a vampire, so let's play the trainee instead. Alright, so a bit slowly played, but I don't want to make mistakes, and maybe there was some more obvious lines to take, but main thing is that I'm going to most likely win here. Let's see now what happens. They could have a Fierce Retribution or something like that, but so untap something, whatever. I'll have the Celebrancy and all that, so yep, that's dead. That's and then Fierce Retribution is needed. That didn't happen. Well, I had a very sweet curve here, but I didn't need my bomb race this time. I go first. If one of these was a mountain, I would keep. Not gonna keep this one. This though, completely reasonable, but what is the card I'm gonna lose here? Probably the 5-drop. That's gonna be it. And I'm gonna get the mountain again for the reasons mentioned. I have the 2 double red spell in the deck, and I want to be able to cast it if I draw it. Infantry first, then the trainee, and then get rid of the 3-drop maybe. If they yeah, I'm not gonna show them what I'm. Oh, there the double caster is. Don't think they're gonna block here, but if they are, that's fine. So now the game plan is to kill the 3-drop with the upgrade, and this will be a 2/3. This will use the be the trainer, and they don't have a good block with the wolf. Oh, that works too. That was very. I mean, they missed the land drop. Is this gonna be an easy win here? They might have a kill spell. If they have a trick, my upgrade will punish it so much. Okay, they have a trick. Oh man, they are not gonna like this. They are not gonna like this. I could have. I mean, it wasn't necessarily something I needed to do, but because I have the other trainee here, it just feels like I definitely wanted to do that. If they miss their third land drop, they might concede now. They will. Oh, okay. Well, there's no challenge in this match because they missed their third land drop. 4 draws, no lands, and then I have this Tensia Uprising, which is gonna say to them that now they will concede. Well, I mean, I guess there is some way. They have Vampire's Vengeance, but no, this will survive Vampire's Vengeance, so that's not gonna be that good. Paxson Pop is really good, but not in. Oh, and I have the 5 drop here too. Alright. So let's play the Menace guy, which is gonna say that at least now they will never win this game. So this is actually a 7-0 result. I didn't lose a game here. I got to over 13 permanents. That matters, yeah. Okay. So, what a run of drafts these have been. Because my previous Premier draft was 7-1. This was 7-0. So my 15 previous matches in the Premier drafts have gone 14 wins and 1 loss. But by looking at this deck, you see that this is, unless you get multiple times very unlucky, and with this mana base you don't usually get because it's such a consistent, mostly white. But I had some problem with the red mana, but anyway, I managed to deal with the stuff. So these 2 Bumbres I had here, I mean, these are just so good, especially when I had them even both at the same time. Aberrate is just such a good removal spell, it's amazing against the black and white deck. I'm just killing Death 4-drop with a 2-mana card. That's how much tempo value. And this deck also worked quite well with the training thing. And, well, there's not much else to say. I mean, I just curve out and play my bombs, my removal, and have a little bit of blood tokens to prevent flooding out. And yeah, very, very nice deck. And very nice result here. And also this is really good for my, my plan to have my aim to go to mythic rank here, because I'm now diamond tier 1 with the match record I am having. That means I have a pretty high matchmaking rating, because it goes up for every win, even when you are not in the mythic rank. So there's a good chance that when, assuming I don't like botch a few drafts in a row now, if I let's say my next draft starts 3-0, so I will rank up to mythic at that point. There's a good chance I'm in like top 500 mythic ranked players, and that might even be enough to sit on rank. But let's not go ahead of ourselves. I just wanted to point out that if you have a massive high win streak over multiple drafts just before getting to mythic, that will usually mean you have a very high initial rating in there, because your matchmaking rating is of course quite high at that point after all those wins with barely any losses. But yeah, this video is not actually over yet. So the next part of the video will cover my set completion status after 20 drafts of Crimson VOW and 1 Sealed Deck event. And I will have draft stats and the amount of packs I've collected, how many gems I have paid, and also how many mythics I'm short of the full set. So that will happen now. So here it is. And again, I took my camera away because it would have blocked some of the information on the screen. I can't say I'm unhappy about my Crimson VOW performance so far. So let's just see what is this all about. So I still didn't remember to put the number of drafts played, but it's a total of 20 drafts. You can see it from here, the draft ID. There's also 1 sealed event here. But anyway, so this is 8 traditional drafts and 12 premier drafts. And as you can see, the result breakdown is just amazing here. All 8 traditional drafts have been at least 2 wins, and out of these 12 premier drafts, 5 of them have been 7 winners. Now, here are the stats. So it's almost 80% match win rate for the best of 3, 66% for best of 1. And now this is the interesting part here. Now, of course, this is pretty good traditional draft result. So the fact that I'm up 2000 gems here is no surprise. So basically I have gained 2000 gems and I've also won 38 packs and then of course gotten the mythic crest here. But the traditional draft is very good if you get these some of these 3-win results and you never get these low win results. Then of course you will net gems. That's the entire point of going infinite with a traditional draft, because that is possible if you are, a veteran drafter that can avoid these low win results. But the interesting part here is that look at this result breakdown on the premier draft. So that's 5 7-win results, and then there's total of 4 of these sub 3-win results, which are the kind of bad results. And these 4 and 5-win results, these almost cancel out. These are producing like minus 100 gems to me. But here you see it. Best of 1 this gem change, which means of course how much entry fees I have paid and then how many gems I have won as prizes. Because in premier drafts you don't get 3000 gems for the best results. You get that from traditional drafts. You only get 2200 gems. So you net 700 gems for the 7-win results. And all these results that are less than 3 wins, you lose over 1000 gems. It's 1250 in the 2 wins, and is it 1000 and 400 with the 1 win, and 1450 gems you lose with the 0 win results. So here's the cold fact here. Even if you have this amazing run of premier drafts, as long as you can't avoid these sub 3-win results, and it's just impossible to avoid them altogether. There will be variance, and sometimes you will just get very good opponents against you. Draft may be going bad and you don't have a good deck, and all that stuff can happen. You still lose gems in here, so it's very tough to try to even stay break even in the best of 1. In the premier drafts, and it's even worse, of course, in quick drafts, where you require to get like a constantly something like at least 5 wins to not lose gems. Now, of course, it has less harsh the price structure, and the price is half the cost. So quick draft is fantastic for lower win rate players, because they don't lose gems that fast as in these other 2 ones. But now I digress. I just wanted to show how drastic this is. That if you try to go infinite in premier drafts, I'm just gonna say that good luck to that. It's gonna be hard. Now, for these 2000 gems, I of course have won 46 packs and all the mythics in the draft, so it's a good deal. Then here's the sealed deck event. There's no diagram of it, but it's just I played one sealed deck event, one of course the 3 packs, because it always gives you 3 packs. It was a best of 3 sealed deck event, which I got 3 wins, which gave me almost my entry fee back, so I lost only 200 gems there. That was fun. And this is the funny looking graph here. This is the scatter plot of my running sum of gem balance progress. So this is how much I've been down or up in gems after each draft number here. So now, I could maybe draw some kind of line here, but you can maybe see that there has been like 3 major dips in here. So dips followed by some good results. So I haven't had this kind of bad streak that wouldn't have been recoverable. So I have gone down, but then I have gone up, and same thing goes here. Gone a bit of up, down, and now of course my previous 3 drafts were all trophy drafts, which means that a couple of premier drafts with 7 wins and 1 traditional draft with 3 wins. So that was a fantastic run up to this draft number 20 here. The sealed deck event is here. If you're wondering why there's such a these are so close to each other, because I marked the sealed as 11.5 because I wanted to show it on this graph still, but I don't count them as like a. Anyway, I will do this every 10 drafts, not every 10 events. So next one will happen after 30 drafts. Okay. Here you can see where the packs came from, where the mythics came from, and total packs currently is 103. Mostly from draft prices. Total mythics is 15, mostly picked from drafts. And here is some quick math to estimate how many mythics I would open if I opened all these 103 packs, if I get the kind of average value. So I would have 13 mythics, and then this summed up gives me 28 mythics, which out of 80 mythics is going to be around 35% mythic completion. And of course, once I'm mythic complete, I will automatically be a common, rare, and uncommon complete too. So I only track the mythic completion progress because that's the only relevant thing to track. So here it is. After 20 drafts, pretty fantastic results. I hope this will continue, but who knows? I might get a bad streak that I won't be able to recover from. But so far, I'm at minus 150 gems to have all this stuff here, which is just fantastic. So I will see you in the next video, which will be a premier draft. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.